In this episode, we build a compacted coal assembly line for our TURBOFUEL refineries, set up our first automated train logistics, completely mess up while upgrading our fuel generator system to version 2, and much more. Yo! Hello everybody! Welcome back to Prone to Play, a Let's Play series of Satisfactory. In the last episode we started up version 1 of our fuel generator site at the Blue Crater, and today we are going to upgrade this directly to version 2 with adding compacted coal and turbofuel to the mix. But before we head out to the Blue Crater again, I just wanted to address some things really quickly. It's just taking a minute, I promise. The first thing is, thank you very much for more than 100 subscribers. It really means a lot to me, and I appreciate the feedback that I'm getting, the insights that you give me, and the builds that you're sharing with me. Please keep it up. Let's aim for the sky. Let's go for 1k subs at the end of the year. Okay, I said it. But no, really. Thank you very much. The second thing is I upgraded my microphone. I bought a new one. I invested a little bit to improve the audio quality even further. And this is the first video that I'm using it. So if there are any hiccups, any unwanted noises regarding this, it might be because of the new microphone. I'm still trying to get used to it to find the perfect settings. Please bear with me, and if you notice anything that I might improve, always let me know. I'm always glad for receiving feedback. And that's already everything that I wanted to address. Let's continue. Alright. And now, let me catch you up what happened in between episodes, because not only did I do some maintenance in between episodes, I really did some maintenance. For example, we purchased everything in the awesome shop. We got all the lightings, we got personal storage skin, although they're not really necessary, but I had the coupons, so I did it anyways. Wall power outlets Mark III, and most importantly, I got all the patterns, because I really wanted to get into some cosmetics for our oil plant, and this is why I purchased everything, especially the patterns, and messed up a little bit, or messed around with this a little bit. The only thing that's left now is the coffee cup, but I think we will save this up until we are completely finished with our oil plant. And next up, I want to show you something. Hey, we got a slug from Inel, from a lizard doggo. They actually are capable of finding power slugs. So yeah, it seems like it's true. Let's convert that to a power shard directly, or 5, since purple power slugs grant you 5 additional power shards. Okay, let's keep it for now. Yeah, but I was surprised, but it's confirmed. Maybe this is the reward for freeing him of the uranium waste. Alright, next up, I prepared some more empty canisters, because our power output is slightly stuttering every now and then. I don't know, every 5 minutes or so we are losing 1 or 2 of the fuel generators for just a second. So it's not necessary to check it right now, because the setup, the version 2, let's call it that way, with compacted coal is not live even yet. So what's the point of doing excessive maintenance when we are going to change the system eventually anyways? But in case they are necessary in the end, after version 2 with the turbofuel is active and running, we have them to stock up our empty canister line. And with that out of the way, let's head to our first construction site of the day. I already extended some of the foundations here, and I decided to not decline the level of train track again here, because we will simply build on top of this construction site where the assembly line for compacted coal will be set up today. And here we already have the foundations prepared for the second miner house. And this line is already completed from the past, so we will merge 240 coal with 240 sulfur here in 10 assemblers and create 240 compacted coal, which will be transferred by train to our oil plant. That's the first scope for today, and without further delay, let's get started. Alright, it's nighttime, but it doesn't matter since we are done building. And I already took care of some cosmetics as well for this place. Let me get some height so that I can show you better. And this is the final result for our compacted coal setup. Two miner houses, or three, with the sulfur over there. Might color this yellow even, the concreted part. Feeding into 10 assemblers. All already hooked up with sulfur and coal, and the last one actually has to be a little bit underclocked, so that we have 9 times 25 plus 15. Yes, now we have exactly 240 compacted coal produced. And I experimented a little bit again with cosmetics, hooked the whole train platform up to the wall, to the rock wall with construction frames so that it looks a little bit more supported, and went with small metal pillars on almost every corner of the structure underneath of our little building, and then small pillar supports holding the platform up on top. And especially here where the train station is standing, there are a little bit more pillars so that everything will hold. And then the compacted coal will get merged here, fed up, lifted to the train station, and will get transported to our Blue Crater platform with our train network. Everything is hooked up already as well. Oh yeah, by the way, I had to bend this wall here a little bit, because if it was directly at the miner house, everything would clip like crazy, and it got so annoying that I had to curve it a little bit. It's just a little bit though, so this is why this is not the right angle, but yeah, this is a good practice to not have rectangle shapes everywhere. Anyways, and all the entrances where we have only logistics, conveyor belts, lifts and so on is encased in steel walls. And all in all, it looks quite alright to me, but at the same time I didn't want to invest too much time because we're not going to be here often, I think. And I also tried to go with a little bit more rounded edges with outer corner extensions, but I'm not happy with the result at all. I don't know if I'm just not knowing how to use them properly, but this looks weird in my eyes, so I don't know if I can make any use of this in the future. If you have any idea why this looks so wrong, please let me know, but it's kind of awkward in my eyes. Alright, and now everything that's left is to flip the power switch that connects the whole network here with 3 miners and 10 assemblers to the main network. 186 megawatts. Let's go. And there it goes already. Might also have to implement a little hypertube from down here to up there, because always climbing this ladder is so annoying. And what's 20 megawatts for saving some seconds? Now for the train station, you actually saw me struggle a little bit with this connection here, because the train lines are always a little bit finicky. So I try, whenever I have curves, to have the edges as sharp as possible, to have them even, and I use the edges of foundations as orientation. So with this it's a little bit easier. And I always do the straight lines first and then connect parts of the train network together where there are curves. For example, here at the very beginning you saw me struggling a little bit with this part, so I deleted this connection, started with the straight railway, so it's in fact straight, and then I connected this little part here together, and you will see that's a little bit bended here, and this is because this might not be 100% straight, but since we made this connection part as little as possible and as short as possible, the bend isn't that obvious, and it would be otherwise drag along this whole railway track when we connected this first and then continued the build, so that we would have all these kind of curves and bends, which would not look very appealing. So that was the reason behind this. And the freight platform for the compacted coal is actually after 2 empty platforms, because we will use the third wagon, freight car, excuse me, from this train in order to transport our compacted coal. Now, actually, I have to put something on the to-do list again so that I can enter it. But with this, we have the compacted coal assembly as well as the coal train station done. That didn't save. Alright, now we have the storage train station next up. Let me delete this really quick. Not necessary right now. Do I have enough room? No, I don't. And here the train will bring the plastic and rubber from our oil crater oil platform. Blue crater oil platform, that's the right name. And I actually have to set up a direct connection from the freight platforms for rubber and plastic to the storage containers respectively, because we are producing currently 340 plastic and rubber each. And if we would add this to our sorting system, it couldn't catch up, because we only have Mark IV conveyor belts right now, and even if we had Mark V unlocked, this would be too many parts per minute in order to sort everything away. So I have to separate it in order to not overload our conveyor belts up here. And this is why I have to think about something else, because here we will actually put down 2 freight platforms, one for plastic and one for rubber. And I think the first one will be the plastic one. Oh yeah, by the way, you saw me actively trying to work around with the hotbar a little bit earlier while building up the compacted coal factory, because I got the comment of why I am not using the hotkey bar at all when building the oil platform. And this is actually a very good question, because in the beginning of this series I said that I got into the habit of always opening the build menu and choosing everything that I want to build manually, but it might be, or it will be definitely more useful and not that tedious to use the hotkey bar straight away. I have to tidy it up anyways, but I try to force myself back again to use the hotkey bar more, and this is why you might see sometimes me opening up the building menu and then closing it and then maybe using the hotkey bar, because I remembered, oh yeah, I want to do this more frequently. So I am trying to do it, but it's a force of habit. Let's keep it that way. Now, are we facing empty storage containers? I don't think so. Maybe I will move the train station a little bit behind for now. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, where? Train station. In this direction. And then we have the platforms. Deleting. 1 and 2. And then we will connect our freight platforms directly to storage containers. I don't know if these are in line. Not quite, but it doesn't matter. It will not look totally clean, but it will work for the time being. So let's see. Let's just do this like that for now. And I will tidy it up later, but for the moment I just want to get this going. Maybe like this. Yeah, it has to work. It's looking not the greatest, but for now it gets the job done. Okay, empty platform again. And this should clean up the railway again. We have to rename this actually. Central storage. And now that we are using this train station, finally, we will do some cosmetics here later, but for now I want to get this up and running, because currently we are consuming more plastic than this place gets at the moment from our oil refinement right next to the desert. And at the same time we are sinking 340 plastic per minute at our blue crater, so I want to have these places connected for now. And once this works, we can take care of different things. Okay, and for that we will implement a train with 3 freight cars. And our network, or our timetable, will be... Let me actually take some of these with me already. Or I can just load... Yeah, for now I can load them here. And stop the train right before we go to our station. Anything forgotten? No, but this is all I wanted to do for this storage train station right now. And now let's set the timetable. First, we are going to the compacted coal assembly to pick up our compacted coal. Next up, we bring this to the blue crater. Yes. Drop the compacted coal and pick up the plastic and rubber at the same time. And then we bring the plastic and rubber to the central storage. Now, are these set to unload? No, they're not. And I actually have to change this setting at each train station, or check it at least. I think this is good to go now. Yeah, let's check it. Let's go. And now it should go straight forward to the compacted coal assembly first and pick up the first batch of compacted coal. Yes, so far so good. I have actually no idea what to do with this train station regarding cosmetics. I was thinking about doing some roof, some open carport design maybe, so that the compacted coal does not get affected by rain, but then again we are in the desert, and 2, the compacted coal is protected by the platform itself and then in the freight platform all the time, so there's no point in doing that. But if you have any idea, let me know. Any suggestions, anything that I might try out. I can experiment. I'm always open to learning new things, experimenting. So if you have any idea, any hint, anything that you think might look good, let me know. I'm really curious. But now with the compacted coal on our train, we are heading off to the Blue Crater. And I'm actually going to speed this up because you already saw me driving here once. Nothing has changed from the railway, other than being supported a little bit, but we're going to speed this up a little bit. Alright, we are arriving at our destination soon. So let me turn off self-driving, since we have to empty out the empty canisters first. And here you can see what I have been doing in between episodes. And we are entering our Blue Crater train station. I must admit, I'm quite happy of how this place turned out. Now let me store away the empty canisters really quick. Then check the freight platforms. Compacted coal unloading is correct. Loading rubber is correct. Loading plastic is correct. As you can see, all the freight platforms are already hooked up completely. And I worked around with pipes, quarter pipes in this train station a lot. Did some air vent walls with 1 meter foundations here. And also some corner quarter pipes, rounded pillar shapes, because I wanted to have this tunnel effect when the train enters, and I'm really happy with the result, I must say. Then we have tar roof at the edges and glass roof in order to have this black building a little bit lighted up, because since every material here is black with asphalt and tar roofs and so on, it's very dark in general. But then again, we have the glass roofs, some glass windows, and also some floodlights that I hooked up together with this light control panel, and they're actually providing orange light with night mode on, so the light looks like this, and when it's turning dark, it actually looks amazing in my opinion. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Let me take this, by the way. And now we set this on again, and it should dock to the train station, unload the compacted coal, and take rubber. Oh, I actually have no no overflow, but it doesn't matter. It should only load as much as it can unload in the central storage, and when the containers are full there, it shouldn't bring any more over there. So yeah, should be fine for now. I was worrying that we back up too much of this, but the system will handle itself. And it's working exactly as intended. Safe travels. Loading plastic and rubber, unloading compacted coal. And the logistics for this is actually here underneath. At first I was trying to hide it with some logistics floor, but then during nighttime I noticed how great the Mark IV conveyor belts look, because they are illuminating on the sides a little bit with these lights, and it's looking very good in my opinion, so I left it visible. And other than that, I tried to implement some cosmetics here as well. The power lines are not sorted out completely. I want to get the power switches together, but I implemented railings everywhere, and nothing much more happened underneath here. Oh yeah, I actually put down some more pillars on this side, but instead of going with these big pillars and big frame foundation structures again, I decided to make use of this space and implemented loads of frame pillars set up individually to have this place look as supported as possible, because yeah, we have in fact 49 fuel generators up above sitting on this platform, and they have to be supported somehow, so I went with this, and it's actually a symmetrical setup, a little bit more like the chessboard, so that we have diagonals following with always one foundation spaced. And again, I wanted to go after this industrial, rough metal, steampunk, not punk, but industrial revolution style, and in my opinion it turned out quite nice. It's not perfect, but you have to improve some things in the future as well, and for now this is looking good. And the train station is supported by pillars as well, outer extensions to get around pillar, standing on foundations, and supported by frame foundations as well. Now let's set up. You already saw some things that I did up here. So I connected the train station directly with this entrance area, connection area, have the awesome sinks for plastic and rubber set up here, and the whole upper level is surrounded by basic walls and then put railings on top. And I also tried to make use of these patterns, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. I don't have enough color cartridges for now to completely finish this pattern for walkway, but yeah, this is the intention, to have walkways marked on the floor. I first tried to go with coated concrete, for example, for walkways, but when you are on the lower level and look up, the ceiling looks vastly different depending on what material you are using up here. This is why what Darren plays always has two sets of foundations directly on top of each other. For example, if he wants to have concrete on top sometimes, or he varies foundations on the floor, he makes sure to use a double layer so that he has a steady ceiling, or yeah, that the ceiling down under looks the same altogether. And I wanted to have the danger spots of the factory marked as well. For example, like here, the walkway is marked yellow, but I think I like this alternative more, where the walkway pattern gets interrupted altogether and we have this, yeah, watch out, yellow, danger zone mark. But this is the state for now. And I'm actually curious why... Oh, there it comes. I completely forgot that the refineries are actually hooked up already. So... yeah, there's our TURBOFUEL, I guess. I was wondering why the conveyor belts do not back up with the compacted coal, but because we are already producing TURBOFUEL. Well... Okay, yeah, but at least this one will back up very, very soon, since these are not hooked up at all. The output is connected, but cut off from our main pipelines. But I actually, yeah, this is fine. I will let this run and completely back up, and then we will cut off the pipeline with the normal fuel together, flush this whole system so all the normal fuel gets drained out, because otherwise it could cause some trouble when we insert TURBOFUEL to this network while there's normal fuel left. And then we will cut this line, connect it over here, and lead the TURBOFUEL into all the fuel generators marked red and extend our power output once more. Yeah, I don't know how much time this will take, but the compacted coal is backing up anyways, and maybe the train has to do some more laps in order to completely fill this up. It's on its way back again. I will check the packages with having whether or not they have enough empty canisters, wait for the train, maybe pick it for my way back, and then I come back to you. Yeah, actually I was gonna catch that train, but I noticed that the compacted coal is already backed up completely, or at least in the refineries itself. And it's not even emptied out yet from the freight platform, and it's already bringing the next batch. So once this is gonna unload, we will start up the TURBOFUEL refineries directly, hook it up to the fuel generators, and extend our power output right now. And once the train boops, it's our set to go. Let's go. Now, I don't want to create any backlogs, so I want to have this happening as quick as possible, which is why I'm gonna hook this up already. I'm missing plastic, god damn it. So much about happening quick. Be better prepared, Marvin. Let's get some rubber while we're at it. Wait, is this? Okay. Okay, first up, hook up these refineries, or fuel generators. Actually, they don't have to be flipped. Was that clever? I have no idea, but I did it anyways. Dismantle this one. Flush the full pipe network. And now I hope there's no fuel left here. Yeah, it is. God damn it. Don't tell me I have to set these up and this was a big mistake. I hope I don't have to set these up again. I think so. Uh-oh. These are still running, but on normal fuel. You can't flush fuel generators, unfortunately. But for now, let's hook up these last ones, since they are not connected to power at all. And then I will see if I made a complete mistake by hooking up the network, the pipeline first. Yeah, the last one is running on TURBOFUEL at least. God damn it. Okay, they are running on TURBOFUEL, so maybe... Let's check. Oh no. They cannot empty themselves out if they have less than 1 complete meters cubed of fuel. I think I have to set them up manually again. Yeah. Oh no. Don't do what I did. God damn it. Alright. I guess I take care of this. And I see you in a minute or so. Alright. You find me back at the central storage because I took care of some maintenance and came back here for some final preparations because I was wondering, I was preparing the fuel generators again, bringing everything up and running, and I wondered why the power output was only around 18,000, because I thought this was exactly the amount that we were adding, and then I realized I rearranged the train station, but I have not connected this power pole with the coal generator side to the train station, which basically inserts the fuel generator power. So to sum it up, we currently have 2 different power networks, but everything at the fuel generator side, at the oil platform, is up and running again. There comes the train track again, the train. So let's connect it. And this is our current status of the whole power system. Maximum consumption around 6,700 megawatts, and the overall production is 21,850 megawatts. Very, very nice. Let's go to the oil platform really quick again. And let's take the shortcut. Never will I get tired of using this hypertube cannon, and I definitely have to insert one here as well very soon, because I'm still waiting for the train when I want to go back, because I cannot use a second train since this is a one-line track, and I completely forgot while setting up the foundations for this that I might want to add 2 tracks, one for coming back and one for going forth. So yeah, kind of misdesigned, but at the same time this only needs to support room for 1 train for the moment, and I don't think I will add another train very soon anyways. But this place here is now completely up and running. All the turbofuel refinements set on green at 100%. And all the fuel generators up and running as well. And as you can see, every fuel generator that's not color coded correctly, every fuel generator that's white at the moment, I had to redo completely. And this was only because I added this little connection before changing the fuel network to turbofuel. If I hadn't done this, this whole block would have been fine, and I only would have had to change these 4 because the other ones were fine for whatever reason. I don't know if the amount of fuel came out at exactly an even number, but these 4 had to be changed as well. This one is hooked up now to the power network, but yeah, this was complete mistake hooking up this first, but lesson learned. And if you see this, I hope you can take away the message from this as well, so you don't do this mistake yourself if you are taking this as an inspiration. But in order to sum it up, again, before we hooked up these refineries, this was the state of the oil platform regarding version 2, let's call it that way, where we had something around 11,000 megawatts provided by fuel only. And this is the final result, providing more than 18,000 megawatts by 49 fuel generators, and finally giving us enough power to progress further in the game. And that's exactly the plan for next episode. I'm so excited to finally move on, although this was a very fun project and turned out awesome. I'm really happy with this oil platform. But now it's time to go on to progress further in the game and to deal with the next resources, the bauxite, the aluminum, and everything that comes after that. So I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you very much again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this journey so far as much as I did. If you have any feedback, anything that you want to share, any ideas, any updates, any tips, feel free to share it. I'm always curious to read from you, to hear from you. And I hope to see you in the next episode.